I cast my life like ashes on the waves and leave behind all of my selfish ways. My past is gone, now all that's left is grace. To live is Christ, to die is gain. I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who lives, but Christ lives in me. I have a second chance at life. My future's open wide. I know Christ lives in me. He lives in me. My dreams I lay surrendered at the cross. My hands held high, my knees upon the dust. My choice is made, I've counted up the cost. To live is Christ, to die is gain. To live is Christ, to die is gain. Oh, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who lives, but Christ lives in me. I have a second chance at life. My future's open wide. I know Christ lives in me. He lives in me. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm pressing on to heaven. I've seen the power of your resurrection. The Savior of my soul is Jesus Christ alone. I'm pressing on. I'm pressing on to heaven. I've seen the power of your resurrection. The Savior of my soul is Jesus Christ alone. It's you and you alone. I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who lives, but Christ lives in me. I have a second chance at life. My future's open wide. I know Christ lives in me. I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who lives, but Christ lives in me. I have a second chance at life. My future's open wide. I know Christ lives in me. He lives in me. Christ lives in me.
When you call on one who you cannot see, and you give him your heart for all eternity, that's when faith begins. When you turn away from all your sin and you trust in the Lord to cleanse you within, that's when faith begins. In childlike trust, you hold out your hand, simply believing. When all seems lost, there's no hope in sight, but still you sing on through the night. That's when faith steps in. Faith brings joy and peace in the midst of the storm. It sends out a lifeline when you're tossed and worn. When you say goodbye to your dearest friends, and through tear-filled eyes you say, I'll see them again. That's when faith steps in. When you take your last breath in this world down here, and you close your eyes without any fear, that's when faith steps in. Faith will carry you where feet have never trod, safely to heaven, into the arms of God. When you open your eyes to that heavenly scene, and you realize it isn't a dream, that's when faith will end. When you gaze on Him face to face, and you rest in His sweet embrace, that's when faith will end. That's when faith will end.
Before the fall of man, God had a perfect plan. To fellowship with us was His desire. But Adam disobeyed, to sin became a slave. Now a perfect sacrifice would be required. An offering must be made, the sin debt must be paid, so God and man can reconcile be.
not pay. When I was lost, He gave Himself to be my way. Though I deserve to be upon the cross that day, in love He took my place.
His heart was broken, mine was mended. He became sin, now I am clean. The cross He carried bore my burden. The nails that held Him set me free. His life for mine, His life for mine. How could it ever be that He would die, God's Son would die to save a wretch like me? What love divine, He gave His life for mine. His scars of suffering brought me healing. He spilled His blood to fill my soul. His crown of thorns made me royalty. His sorrow gave me joy untold. His life for mine, His life for mine. How could it ever be that He would die, God's Son would die to save a wretch like me? What love divine, He gave His life for mine. He was despised and rejected, stripped of His garment and oppressed. I am loved and accepted, and I wear a robe of righteousness. His life for mine, His life for mine. How could it ever be that He would die, God's Son would die to save